It might look like dirty water coming out of this drinking fountain, but it's actually a beer blur. It's a beer bubbler. We are underneath the streets of downtown Green Bay. We're going to be exploring beverage flights. Right now, we're at Titletown Brewing Company, where they have a working beer blur. Starting the day off strong in downtown Green Bay in an epic location, Titletown. We got the bottom tap room to ourselves. Got 2 sours, Peachful Bliss, Hop Garden. Got the 400 Honey Blonde Ale and Crimson and Clover, which is a spiced beer. That's the heaviest on my list. We have this beautiful rainbow getting slightly darker as we go. My favorite is definitely the Hop Garden Sour. Slammable, very interesting. If you're a sour fan, it has a lot of that sour bite cut by the bitterness of the hops, which is really nice. I'm big on these sours right here, so definitely got to check out the sours when you come to Titletown. And they have 16 tap handles to choose from.
I would say Titletown is history, Titletown is Green Bay, and Titletown is great beer. You know, we have some awesome beer. We've been around for 25 years. We are continually renovating our beer menu, adding new things on a regular basis now. But in addition to that, we've got some staples that have been around for a lot of years, have won a lot of awards. So, you know, not only are you going to get a great beer experience, but you're going to, you know, feel really comfortable. You come up to the 4th floor area here where we have our fireplaces and our fire tables outside.
For my assortment of beers from Titletown Brewing today, I have the darker end of the spectrum. So I have their Sappy Love Story, their Johnny Blood Red, their Dark Helmet, and their Bridge Out Stout. These are a little bit higher alcohol and they're a little bit more roasty and malty. Instant coffee, a little bit of sweetness to it. Very, very smooth. That one was good. That was the Sappy Love Story first. I just tried the Dark Helmet, which is this 3rd one here. And it's crazy because the Sappy Love Story is a little bit lighter in color, but it actually tastes a little bit darker and heavier than the Dark Helmet, which is interesting. I had a plethora of beers here. However, I do have to go with my favorite being the Sappy Love Story. Lots of flavor. Really love the story behind the Bridge Out Stout. So actually the bridge right around downtown Green Bay right now is out and they're doing some construction on it. And they created this once in the past when that exact same thing had happened, so they brought it back, and it's just kind of a comical sense to it. But now we are on our way to Copper State Brewing Company, and we are going to try out another beer flight. So let's see what's in store. All right, guys, we are at our 2nd stop for our beverage flights in downtown Green Bay. We are currently at Copper State Brewing Company, where we're gonna enjoy some beer flights and some lunch. So first, for my beer flight, I am enjoying a chocolate peanut butter porter, a Swift as Molasses, which is one of their first beers. Then I have got their Platinum Coffee Blonde, and then flipping it over to the back side, I have got their Pomegranate Pucker sour beer right here, their Leg Day, and then their Uphill Both Ways. You can definitely taste the pomegranate. Uphill both ways. Ooh. That one's strong. This is their Platinum Coffee Blonde. First of all, for a light beer, it has a lot of really good coffee flavor to it. Unexpected and surprising in the best way. Overall, this one is definitely a close second. So this is their Platinum Coffee Blonde. Absolutely delicious, surprising, full of flavor. But my all-time favorite definitely has to be their Chocolate Coffee Peanut Butter Porter. Delicious. I love how much peanut butter comes through in the flavor. A little hint of the coffee, so it's not too overpowering, because this one really packs it in well, and it's very balanced. Fan favorite, super smooth, delicious.
Copper State is a gathering place for people who want to come and enjoy good beer, good food, good coffee. People have always come first. That's the part we love about it, is being a place for people to come and hang out with each other. We don't have very many TVs. We don't often see people on their phones. There's people really relaxing with each other and enjoying each other's company here.
When we first started, beer was all new to me, so I hadn't brewed a beer until we bought the place. My approach was understanding that Wisconsin's palate is maybe a little sweeter than most. I have a handful of more full-bodied beers. So you'll have a smattering of fruited sours there. We have a handful of IPAs, a handful of barrel-aged beers this time of year, imperial stouts. Those are fun to make from a craft standpoint for me. That's the stuff that I enjoy.
So I have more IPAs and sours. I'm just gonna give you my highlights. So this is the sour that started it all, the pomegranate pucker Berliner Weiss. It's good, very, very smooth, very balanced sour. Ooh. Copper State is most known for their sours and their nitro beers. They have a great selection and they're always adding, changing things up, whether it's their barrel age program, whether it's IPAs, always doing something different. So out of these 6 beers, which I really like the flight construction here in the basket, antique, I enjoyed the classic Stilt Stepper New England IPA, followed by the pomegranate pucker Berliner Weiss. Those were my top 2 favorites. 2 beers that have been with Copper State for a while. Well balanced, very drinkable. Another fun fact, they actually have a coffee shop in-house and they serve delicious food. So the beer at Copper State was delicious. I have to comment on the food. The pizza was essentially their version of a chicken bacon ranch. So good. Camille loved the salmon. And now we're headed to Captain's Walk Winery, downtown Green Bay, for a wine flight. So we are at Captain's Walk Winery and we have a flight pairing. So every month they do something different. December they did Christmas cookies. January they're doing pretzels. So each wine comes with a different pretzel to bring different flavors out of the wine and to create an experience. So I'm gonna start with the Converge Demeanor. So this is a Buffalo Ranch pretzel. I know I'm not supposed to be bringing flavors out of the pretzel, and I know it's not, but it definitely gives the combination a different flavor. Okay, so we have the sweet wine pairing at the end here, the dessert. We have Naughty Girl, which is a raspberry wine with a chocolate peanut butter pretzel. Let's give this a shot. Oh yeah, so when they gave this to me, they said it's like, you know, peanut butter jelly is kind of the goal. And this does taste a lot like raspberry jam. It's fun. This whole thing is super fun.
Captain's Walk Winery is located in the 3rd oldest home in Green Bay on its original foundation, so the house has not been moved since 1856-57. We create European style wines, which is a little bit unusual for this region of Wisconsin. So we have some grapes that come from our vineyard, but we also buy grapes from out of state, so we're able to offer some varietals that not all the wineries in this area carry. And then we have a really, really intelligent staff and staff that knows about wine, so we love to share that with all of our customers. We have pre-selected tastings. The tasting switches every 2 weeks, so you get 7 samples for $7. We also have $10 flights where you can choose any 4 samples from our tasting guide and build your own tasting, and then that experience is self-guided. And then we also have monthly flight pairings, so you get 4 wines paired with 4 food items. This month we're doing pretzels, last month we did Christmas flights, and those are $15.
All right, so following Evan's pairing flight, I actually built my own flight, and I got a little bit of help from the woman behind the bar. She gave me some advice because she knew that I loved their Converge Demeanor. So she kind of made me something that she thinks would fit my palate. So starting with their Riesling, let's see what we got. is definitely middle ground. It's not something that's gonna give you the dryness that you might find in like a Sauvignon Blanc or even a Pinot Grigio, but it's also not so sweet that it's like a Moscato. It's definitely very middle ground, really tasty actually. I'm not a Riesling fan, but that was pretty good. All right, now on to the fan favorite of mine, the Converge Demeanor. I don't know what it is about Captain's Walk Converge Demeanor, but it's so unbelievably sweet in such a pure form. All right, and the last one on my flight board, I have their 2019 Meritage. Really, really delicious, really smooth. Overall, amazing new taste. Love this one. However, the Converge Demeanor will probably always be my favorite from Captain's Walk. I don't know how they do it. They're the only Converge Demeanor I like, but it will always be my first choice. Phenomenal choices here at Captain's Walk. Really amazing Wisconsin winery that you should definitely check out on your next day out.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of What's in Your Neighborhood, exploring beverage flights in downtown Green Bay. Obviously, a good time. Captain's Walk was awesome. The pairing, super fun. A lot of history here, definitely worth checking out, learning more. I'm Evan Frymuth with Venture Wisconsin. Please make the most of your day.
The greatest adventure still lies ahead.